when you awake suddenly from a dream, it doesn't really matter if it's a good dream or a bad dream. When you awake suddenly from a dream, you can go right back to sleep and you can re-enter the dream. You can, you know? If you like wake up, you can kind of like fall back asleep and get back into the dream. But once you're up, you know, you get up, you wash your face, you move around a little bit. Not only can you not get back into the dream, you can't even remember the dream. You know what I mean? Like, you can wake up and the dream will be so vivid, so real. You're not even sure, like, if you woke up into a different world or if you woke up into the dream world. Like, the dream is so real, you really believe it. But 10 minutes later, you can't even remember a single detail of the dream, you know? Right? At least in my experience. So, we have a verse in the book of Tehillim, Psalms. Right? It's the psalm that we say on before the grace, after the meals. We bless after a meal, right? After you break bread. So when you're done eating, you make a Birchat Hamazon, blessing on the food that's special for a meal with bread, right? Well, before that blessing and prayer, on the Sabbath or on the holidays, we say the psalm of Shir HaMa'alos B'Shuv Adonai Yeshiva Tzion Heinu Kechomim Azimale Tzchak Pino Shenei Narina Azemru Vagayim Hikdo Adonai Lasses Simele Hikdo Adonai Lasses Simanu Hayinu Smechem Shuv Adonai Yeshiva Tzionu Kafikim Banegev Hazarim Badima Brina Yikzeru Halech Yelech Uvachai Neisem Eshech Hazara Bayav Avirina Neisel Maisav. Something like that. I don't know what all that means. We can try to go through it slowly, but the beginning of it starts Shir HaMa'alos, a song of ascent, whatever, right? Something like that. B'Shuv Adonai Yeshiva Shir HaMa'alos B'Shuv Adonai Yeshiva Tzionu. All right, I can't remember now at all, but the point is, it says we're going to be like dreamers. We're going to be like dreamers. What does that even mean? We're going to be like dreamers, you know? Well, now you know what it means, right? It means, bro, this whole world is not real. It's literally as real as a dream. That's how real it is. It's only as real as a dream. This whole reality, all your problems, all your successes, all your happiness and all your sadness, it's as real as a dream. What does that mean? It means two things. One is, when you wake up, it's not that you can't get back there. You don't even remember the details. You can't even remember a detail. You can't remember happy, sad, fun, boring. None of that. You won't even remember the setting. Was it snowing? Was it raining? You don't even remember any of that. You know? And by the way, through meditation or psychedelic, psychoactive drugs, whatever, you can get to a place like that today, in this world. You can get to a place where you lose touch with reality to the point where you don't even remember yourself, you don't remember trees, you don't remember existence, okay? I've had such a trip once, at least once in my life, where I had to come back to reality and remember there's such a place called reality, there's such a thing called trees, cars, business, family, a body. Oh shit, I have a body? I have a name? Do you know what I'm saying? So there is, that's one aspect of we're gonna be like dreamers. Once God brings the redemption, the Messiah, and we come on to the next world, the world to come, the future. One aspect of the dreamers situation is we're not even gonna remember the pain or the pleasure. We're not gonna remember any of this. It's like a bad dream or a good dream, but you know what I mean? That's one aspect of the dream that you can't even remember. The other aspect of a dream is, think about this. Dude, your brain can give you a whole creation, a whole world, a whole everything that's not real. And the proof of that is our dreams. Meaning, when you're dreaming, you can do any science experiment, any test you want. You cannot prove to yourself that you're in a dream. You can't. There's no way to know that you're in a dream and prove it. I don't know, I've heard people supposedly say if you read a book in your dream, you'll see that the letters are different, the book's different, everything's different, so you'll know you're dreaming. I don't know, I've never been able to test that. But as far as I know, there's no way to tell you're dreaming. When you're dreaming, you'll never know you're dreaming. Maybe if you're good at lucid dreaming, you can know that you're dreaming, maybe. But in general, a dream is something that's so real, you have no clue that it's fake, but your brain created the whole thing. In your dream, you can be running around, you could be doing many different actions, but the fact is your body is not involved in any of that. It's not doing any of that. And what does that prove to you? It proves to you that you don't need a body, you don't need a physical body in order to have a physical experience. You can have a physical experience that's totally involved, and you can have that with no body. כל השבוע סגור נראה לי.
כל השבוע?
כן, נראה לי. ככה היה כתוב בפנים. You know what I'm saying? You could have a completely physical experience without being physical at all. Your brain can create a whole system and ecosystem and a whole narrative and tell you that you have a body, tell you that you have hands, tell you that you're eating, tell you that you're pooping, tell you that you're having sex, but you're not doing any of it. What does that tell you, this dream? It tells you that reality is not real. As real as the dream is, that's how real reality is. When you wake up out of your dream, you realize, wow, the whole thing was in my imagination. One day we're going to wake up and realize all of reality was in our imagination. That's the second aspect of the dream, from what I'm saying. The first aspect, I don't remember. The second aspect, I don't either. L'chaim, good Shabbos.